Okay, we've arrived in rostock. We're fixing to walk through the city tour and see some large cathedrals. This next picture I'm going to put in the film strip shows one of the remaining gates. There were 12 gates to the city and walls all around the city built in the 14th century, and only 3 have survived. And this next slide shows that one surviving gate, one of the surviving gates. This is the city center of Rostock, and of course we're going to see quite a few big buildings, beautiful buildings. There's a big church down here, but you can see some of the old construction. 60% of the city was bombed and destroyed during World War II. This is very pretty. It's Sunday, so the stores are closed, which is disappointing, but the toilets are very pretty. I guess when you pay, that door opens. This church dates from the late 1300s. She said all the churches here are going to be very big and very tall because they were Catholic. But after Reformation, they converted to Protestant churches. Normally, Protestant churches aren't that big and tall and glamorous. And the Catholic Church, I guess because the Catholic Church was so rich, I think we heard on another tour. The State Farm is very excited because this wall was built in the 1300s. It's part of the structure that goes with the tower that we saw earlier. And although the wall's not very exciting, she's excited. She's very excited trying to find some 4-leaf clovers. Okay, so this house was built in the late 14th century. Now it's part of this strip of buildings, which is a mall. So built in the late 1300s. We're just laughing because the tour guide said it belonged to a rich guy. We didn't know rich guy was a medieval term. Here's the second church on today's tour. Remember, all these were Catholic churches and they were converted to Protestant churches. This church was built in 1150, but as it was just about completed, it fell down. And they started rebuilding it again, and it fell down, and apparently they've rebuilt it several times. And they're still working on restoring it and kind of building it. It is the largest church in Rostock. It is very beautiful. Wow, look at this organ. That's really something. This is the original stained glass window. The windows on the other side were blown out in World War II and replaced with non-colored glass. You can see the colored glass, of course. She said, obviously, the colored glass is much more expensive. And here are the windows on the other side that were replaced after World War II that were bombed out. This clock is from the late 1400s. It still works. It still keeps time. But the calendar that was designed into the clock by the engineers at that time only goes to 2017. And they've designed the new calendar, but they don't know how to install it into the mechanism.
You can see the position of moon and sun over there in the middle. You can see only yellow, so this is the position of the sun today. Around you can see, of course, the time. It's nice.
At the top is Jesus and the 12 disciples.
Okay, when you're done,
And at noon, they all circulate and come underneath Jesus, and he blesses them, except for Judas, and the door closes before Judas gets there. You can see here on the dial, the last date shown is 2017. The organ has over 5,000 pipes.
Once a day, at 12 o'clock, there is a short service for 10 minutes. And
This isn't one of the side rooms. The side rooms were where the kids went. They said they relegated the kids to the side rooms because they were noisy. One of the decorative things. There's sarcophaguses in there.
Go slowly to the bus. Our bus is
So
over
here's the
there,
church we were just
we
in.
go this way.
This is the square. Almost all of this was destroyed in World War II and has been rebuilt. You can see one building there that is obviously in the original style.
Like a house.
This building at the end of the street is one of the surviving towers or gates to the city from the 13th century. This is the courthouse or the city hall, and it's got a facade, a front that was added on in the 1800s in the current style. You can see the Baroque building there behind it, which was the facade or the original building for the city hall. The original Baroque wall there has 7 towers, which is supposed to be lucky. The church has 7 doors. There are 7 streets leading into the square. Some number of 7 she outlined to us that is supposed to be lucky. This is our last church on this tour. It, of course, is Protestant as well. And they have these ships hanging in the churches. The last one had some ships hanging too. Nobody seems to understand why. All the churches have some restoration occurring. We're in the tower of this third church. You can see that biggest, tallest church, which was our second church, over there in the distance. This is the town of Rostock. We're all the way up in the tower. It's quite a good view. Do you speak English?
No.
No English. Only German. It's my little English-speaking girlfriend. She's with me on this tour. This is out another one of the windows.
Here's Ron. Ron's got to go wee-wee. He has to pay to go wee-wee. Bye, Ron. So how was the 50-cent euro
50
pot?
euro. It was very clean.
Did you go pee-pee?
Yes. This is the church we were just in the tower of. Up there looking out.
What else is that?
Okay, so we're having dinner. They gave us these rocks in our meat to cook. So we cook our own food, season it. Okay, we're in Germany. This is like, I can't remember the name of the city. I'm so tired this morning. Marmaduke or something. Warning something. And Hofstock is close to here. We're going to go there this afternoon by bus. This is a harbor city. Okay, so we're going to have lunch here on the waterfront. Me and my little English girlfriend. So I guess they're having a little sand sculpture competition. So this is just a pile of sand if you look at the back side of it. This one's pretty fancy. leaving Germany. Here's the beach. A lot of people were on it earlier. It's a very pretty beach. And then, of course, just right from the beach is a canal going right into town.